actually. Animations, actually, animations we generally do with a lot of programming. So that means you need JavaScript and you need Flash like softwares to create animations, interactions. So you need that. You need that actually. So technically, we need CSS animations, JavaScript, Flash, generally. But one problem is Flash requires a separate Flash plugin. If you don't have Flash plugin, Flash animations will not work. JavaScript requires JavaScript to be enabled. If JavaScript is not enabled, it will not work. These all issues will be there. So to overcome these issues technically, so CSS provided some animations. So you can use CSS animations, and the CSS animations doesn't require any JavaScript. So that means without programming, but you need little bit CSS properties. Without programming, without special plugins, you can create animations and you can use. Another advantage is these animation can reach any device. These animations can reach any device. That means from mobile to browser, everywhere they can work. Everywhere they can work. That is the main advantage of CSS animations. So how to create CSS animations? To create CSS animations, actually you need some important attributes. So the attribute is you need keyframes. Keyframes. Keyframes is used for creating animations. Keyframes is used for creating animations in CSS. Not only keyframes, you need like animation, you need animation name, animation duration, animation timing function, animation delay, and all these are like you have seen transition delay and all, and you have animation iteration counter, iteration count. We have animation direction, like this. These are different attributes that are required for creating animations in CSS. How to use them? What is the purpose of them? We will see that. One simple example we will see. How do we manage them? Actually, keyframes is used to design every keyframe. That means every frame. That means at 1 pixel, how it should be, at 20 pixel, how it should be, at 30 pixel, how it should be, like that. Generally, how we write keyframes, we write keyframes, and we have an identifier name. That means animation reference name. It will have an ID name actually. Identifier name is reference name. And you have to write the words from. So that means you have to use keyword from block, and you will have a to block. From block, what effects? Effects for initial state. You have to define effects for initial state. To block, so we have to define effects for final state. That means initially how it should look like, and finally how it should transform. You can define that. That means you can even write percentages also. Instead of using from and to, percentage, like you can write keyframes, keyframes, any name, and here you can write at 0% what effects it should be, at 40% what effects it should have, at 100% what effects it should have. You can write like this also. You can write initial state, final state. You can write the basic uh, intervals also. Now, how to apply this animation to any element? To apply the animation to any element, suppose for paragraph, I want to apply these effects. Then we have to access them by using animation name. We have to use animation name, and animation name is keyframe identifier name. Identifier name. Whatever the identifier name you given for keyframe, you have to use it. That means paragraph will use these effects now. It will use those animations. That's how we generally define. So let's see one simple example how to write these animations. So I will create animations.html, and here so doc type HTML and head and title animations. In the body section, so we are defining. In the body section, we are configuring. So here we are using some heading. So let's keep a div and a class as some container. Okay. And here we will add so some heading, CSS animations. Okay, initially it looks normal. So initially you can see that it looks normal. We need to apply some effects for this. Okay, first we will put a style and a container, overflow hidden. That means it will not go outside that screen width. So otherwise scrolling will happen. Okay. Overflow is hidden. Extra anything outside it goes, hide it. Next, I am creating keyframes by using keyframes, and we need an identifier. Identifier is any name. Suppose I will give the name slide in. You can give any name. This is our own name. Okay, slide in is the name. Okay, what should happen from? So from indicates initially where it should be. I will give margin left 100%. That means left margin 100% means it will come from right side. And transform, you can add your own effects, height, width, anything, color. I'm using transform. We learn transforms. I will use transform. I will put scale, transform scale 1. That means at the initial stage, the content will be at the complete right side. Left 100% means complete right side. Means 100% space from left. Okay, and its size will be 100%. Initially normal size. Now 2 indicates finally how it should be. Finally margin left should be 0%. Margin left is 0%. And transform. So transform how much? So transform scale. I will do one thing. Here I will keep 3 and here I will keep 1. That means in the initial stage it is large size, and in the ending stage it will be 100%. Okay. Now I want to, currently you just written effects. I want to apply these effects for this heading. Then what we can do is we can write heading. For heading, we can access these effects by using animation name. So animation name, what is the identifier name? Slide in is the animation name. Slide in is the animation name. You have to be very careful in capitalization and everything. it will get that, right? Slide in is the name. Okay, how much time you want? So you have to define animation duration. Animation duration 5 seconds. I given 5 seconds. Okay, now duration is just like duration and delay timing I told you in transition. Now observe carefully here. When I said this, you can see now it's when I refresh here, its animation will be like this. That means when I refresh the page, you can see from right side, it will come like this and it will display here. That means it is large size. You can put anything. You can write for a picture. You can write for a heading. It's your wish. You can configure for any content you want to display. So you can even give intervals also. Intervals means, for example, from this is the initial stage. This is the final stage. Right? Coming to from 3 rotate, you can keep lot of effects. Everything you can write. Suppose in between also you can write. Like you can say at 75%. So then what should happen? When it reaches 75% of animation, at 75%, the font size I will increase to 300%. Okay. And I said margin left. So margin left as 25%. So and width is 150% like this. That means now see what happens here. When I refresh here, it is the initial stage. You can see different effects will be there. When it reaches 75%, it will come from left side and it will go again back. You can write. So that means in from which direction it has to come, where it has to go, how it should display. It depends on how you keep the effects. At 75%, what happens is it comes to left again. And from left, it will zoom and again it will go back to the normal position. So that is how we can define. You can even control the animation count. How many, see, it is coming only once, not once. You can do like this. What you can do is you can say animation count. You can say animation iteration count. Iteration count, I said infinite. You can say 2 times, 3 times. It will come 2 times. It will come 3 times. If I say animation count, so 2, then 2 times it will come. I said infinite. Iteration count infinite. That means you can see that it will be continuously coming with the effect. It will be continuously coming with the effect. So we can define continuously with the effect. We can use all kind of options. That means, so you can even change the directions, alternate animation direction. You remembered we learned mark you have behavior alternative like this. Suppose you see here, currently I am giving here inside the container an image source. So images some speaker.jpg. Okay. And width is 100 and height also 100. Width and height as 100. And here I want to apply for image some effects. So we are writing keyframes, and in the keyframes slide in. So margin is right. Transform, I am changing, suppose temporarily rotate 180 degrees. 180 degrees. So rotate 180 degrees. Okay. Now you can see here I am removing this 75 and I say to margin left, and here I will say rotate 0 degree. So rotate 0 degree. So 180 degrees to 0 degrees. It will transform rotation. And here we defined image image with height and width. Image I given. So width is 20% width and height is equal to some 70% height. So and animation name is slide in. Okay. Animation duration is suppose 5 seconds. Okay. And iteration count is infinite. Okay. Infinite. Okay. And animation direction. So direction I will give as alternate. Alternate means what will happen is it will come from 2 to. After it finished 2, then again it will go from 2 to from, reverse way. Alternatively, it will go left to right, right to left, up to down, like this. It will come in a reverse way. It will display in a reverse way. So here you can see, so you can save this and you can run this. You can see it is coming in this way and it is going from that position and it is rotating in this direction. So it is coming from that particular direction and it is moving out of that particular direction. So that is how it is going to change. It is going to add the effects. So this is alternative behavior and it is infinite here. You can even delay. Delay means I don't want immediately, wait for 5 seconds, then start. Then you can say animation delay. Yesterday we learned we can set animation delay some 5 seconds. That means it will not do immediately, it will wait for 5 seconds. You can use animation timing function also. Animation timing function. Yesterday I showed you like steps, or you can simply say ease. So ease in, ease out. You can use all these effects. That means initially it will be slow. After that it will catch the speed. So you can use those options as animation timing functions. You can configure them. Now you see, I said delay 5 seconds. Then what happens is you can see that immediately it will not happen. It will come there. So it will wait for, and it will go out and it will wait for 5 seconds. And after 5 seconds, it starts the animation. When you refresh that, you can see. After 5 seconds, it starts the animation. It starts the animation. So that means it will not be immediate. So it will delay. It will wait for a few seconds and it will start the animation and define. These are all animation options. And how you write the animation, that depends on your requirement now. Your requirement. That means you want to increase the size, you want to zoom in, zoom out, you have to rotate the image. So image or text, whatever you want, you can give. So you have to just add all your effects here. So all your effects here. So from how you want and to how you want. You want to change its position, then use translate. You want to rotate, rotate. You want to skew, skew. So, or you can even write manually height this much, width this much. So here you need to just understand what is the purpose of keyframe. Keyframe is used for configuring the animations between initial state and final state. So initially how it should be, finally how it should be. And actually it is a set of effects which you can apply anywhere. Currently I am applying for image. Suppose I want to apply for heading. I have another heading, animations. I want to apply that. Then for that heading, I will put here animation name. I will say slide in. Heading also will use that. And animation duration is some 5 seconds. So duration 5 seconds. And you can see that it will add for this text also. Now text is also having, but it is not repeating. You can see it is also having animation. It is also rotating. And getting that here. So you can create in any way. So how you want the animation, how you want the configurations for the effects, you can define everything in your own way. That is the basic of configuring the animations. These we call as keyframes. Keyframes. These examples I will give to you. You can try them. So these are CSS animations. How we can configure CSS and work with the CSS. So once we are aware of all these CSS properties, attributes, means positions, alignments, indentations, spacing, character appearances, and everything. And you know animations, 2D, 3D, and animations, how to handle them. Once you are perfect in this, now the next step is actually in real world projects. So we need to save time. That means generally in companies, in projects, they don't test your skills once you are into the company. That means they will test your skills only in interview. Once interview is done, you are selected. Then in companies, they don't care about how hard work you are doing. They will just only care whether you have done it or not. That's it. That means they don't care what you are doing, how you are writing. They will just care about the functionality given to you. You designed it or not. How you designed, you copied from somewhere else, you used from somewhere else, you asked somebody. They don't care about all that. Finally, they say that by tomorrow you have to do this, you have to do that exactly. In that case, generally developers will not show their talent now in companies. That doesn't matter for them. Why? Because so by testing their talent only, they selected them. Now they have to do the work, the business. That means now software is a business for you. Once you are into a company, that means you have to work for that business. Then you have to build, you have to do your job. And for that, you should not waste time. That means you cannot say that, please give me 2 days, I will design a beautiful login screen for you. He will say that, I want a screen like this. By today, you finish it. How you do, I don't care. You design by yourself. You will write all the properties and methods. So they don't care. So they finally see that whether the output came or not, final completed or not, work given to you is finished and it is perfect or not, according to the design it is achieved or not. That's only they will take. In that case, we should never waste time in writing everything manually. So then generally developers are asked to use to use ready-made repositories. So that means you can use ready-made designs, screens, and you can give to the you can use them in designing. So it will save a lot of time. For example, suppose you want a website by yourself. Means you want a website. Suppose you contacted some person who is building websites and hosting websites, and you give him money and you say that, I want a website. So and you give all your data, what you want to keep in the website. If it is a ordinary small static website, then by you give your all data in the morning, by evening he will say that, sir, website is ready, you can check. That means you may be thinking like, I learned UI technologies 3 months and this person have designed a website in one day and given to me. So you will be very much surprised by that, because the point is very simple. He will not design so everything for you. He have ready-made templates. He will just choose one template and he will push your data into that template and he will give it to you. That is, finally he want money from you and you want a website. That's it. So that means how you do it, where you have done this, you don't care about that. So that is what a web developer should know always. that don't waste time. Nobody wants to see your talent. So just they want finally the output, right? That is the reason. So as much as possible, save time. For that reason, you need Bootstrap. You need Bootstrap. What is the specialty of Bootstrap is open source. It is an open source, cross platform. Like you can say that repository means it is like a library. It is like a library, a collection of several things. So it is an open source cross-platform repository for HTML, for CSS and JavaScript, for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Obviously, it uses jQuery also very much, jQuery. So it is an open source cross-platform library. Actually, Bootstrap provides free and premium services. Premium services. That means free service and paid service also. You pay money, they will give you more. Bootstrap has premium services also. So that means they will provide you HTML, CSS, JavaScript designs ready-made. You have to just implement them and use them in your projects. And whatever Bootstrap provides free. That free is enough for our developers. Free is enough for our developers. So for building a website with more effectiveness and save lot of time. Suppose I want to design a login screen. I don't waste time actually. You see, this is the official website of Bootstrap. And in this Bootstrap website, you see they have given some, they have given a login screen. They have given a login screen. You can design like this. It will take little bit time to design because you have to write lot of styles and effects. You know that. Now, without writing much, you can simply design this with simple options. They have ready-made designs for you. You have to just apply them. This saves a lot of time. So this is why, so it is mandatory for a developer for Bootstrap. For example, you have seen animations. After you see animations, suppose if anybody asked you like, okay, with your CSS and JavaScript knowledge, so you design. So if your CSS and JavaScript knowledge, you design something, a slider like this. This is called carousel. You design a slider like this. If anybody asked you to design like this, you can design, but you will take 2-3 hours of time to design like this because you have to write a lot of coding for it. A lot of JavaScript is required. But if you know Bootstrap, you can design this just in 2-3 minutes. Just 2-3 minutes, it's enough to design this. You don't need much more than that. That means if you start writing effects, animations, and everything that you have learned, you are wasting the time. Then why you have to learn them? Because we have to learn them. Why we have to learn them? Because if I want to change according to my requirement, I need to know where to change, how to change, what to change. Then without learning CSS, you cannot change it. You cannot customize it. They will provide, but we don't use exactly how they provide. We change according to our requirements. And to change, you should learn it. And if you learn it, then you can know exactly where to change, how to change, right? So Bootstrap not just these free services. You see, Bootstrap has themes. Bootstrap has a paid service also. You see, this is a website. This is a website designs. You see, they are selling these website designs. $49. That means now people can buy these templates. You can buy these templates. So if you buy this template, that means what they do is actually when you buy this template, this is the template. You purchase this template, they will give you all the code for it. That means entire logic. It contains 5, 7 pages or 10 pages with all the content, home page, about page, contact page. Just what you have to do is replace that sample text with your client text. Replace the sample image with your client image. That makes design more faster and easy. Faster and easy. So this is what important. And how to design, where to make the changes, this is all important for developer. So that is the reason you learned CSS. But in real world development, very less manually you will write CSS. We recommend majority to use all Bootstrap as much as possible. But Bootstrap alone cannot do everything. You have to use little bit of your CSS knowledge to customize and change according to your requirements, because it will not have everything according to your requirements. They will provide you some facilities, you can utilize them. So not only Bootstrap, so many premium people are there, so than Bootstrap, who provide such services. For example, you see Telerik. This is Telerik. This is Telerik. Telerik. Telerik is also like Bootstrap people only, but these are at higher level than Bootstrap people. You see here, so this is Telerik. You see, these people are customers of Telerik. NASA is customer of Telerik. Visa, Microsoft is customer of Telerik. That means they provide support, software support for people like NASA. Then you can imagine their ability, right? And you see, this is not free. You have to purchase. You have to buy it. And when you buy it, they will provide you so many things. You see, they will provide UI. So jQuery, Angular, React. So they will provide all the user interfaces for you. For all kind of technologies, Java, .NET, PHP, for all kind of technologies, they will provide UI. You can even see that, suppose jQuery UI, you can see they will provide so much user interface. They will give you so many things, file manager, combo boxes, bar charts, graphs, so many, hundreds will be there. Now important is you can purchase them, you can use them in your application. These are not free, you have to buy them. Bootstrap is free, but already I told you Bootstrap is not everything free. Some premium services also there. So some free templates are there, from paid templates are there. Obviously paid templates have more attractive interactive interfaces, effectiveness will be there. Now you have to learn how to use this Bootstrap. So by using the Bootstrap, we can make our presentations more better, faster, and more effective also. So let's see how to get this Bootstrap and use this Bootstrap. Actually, if I want to use Bootstrap in the project, I have to install Bootstrap. So there are different ways. Actually, what you can do, you can go to the official website of Bootstrap. So getbootstrap.com. This is the official website of Bootstrap. Here you can go to download. In the download, they will give you CDN. What is a CDN? I told you. So while learning about CSS, you can copy this CDN. This is the library coming from directly their server. What is problem in this server library is, if that server is not responding immediately, then it will take some time for accessing the Bootstrap and using the effects. So generally you can download and copy into your project. Downloading means you have to download the complete zip files. It will give you a zip file. You have to extract the zip file, copy the file, and keep it in your project. So, or you can directly use CDNs, or you can do one more. What you can do is you can install Bootstrap using package manager tools like we have npm is a package manager. So we have Ruby Gems is a package manager. Package managers are software tools. So many. NuGet is a package manager. So Yarn is a package manager. These are all tools actually. If you have installed any one of these tools, then what you can do is you can easily get any library from online and download for your project. You don't need to visit their websites. So you can simply download by using some commands. In software development, in real world environment, we prefer two things regularly. Once downloading and installing the package managers, another one CDN, using the CDNs. But CDN, so currently don't try that because it will take some time to load all your effects and show, and you need continuous internet connection to test your pages. So that is the reason better we will use some library which will provide us offline. Even you are not connected, we can test and see it, right? For that we will install. But you need these package managers. We will use the package manager npm. Npm is actually node package manager. We will install this node package manager because it is later required for us to deal with node.js, MongoDB, so other JavaScript based application environments also we can use by using this npm node package manager. So how to install this node package manager? So first you have to install node package manager. Install node package manager. How to install the node package manager? So we have an official website. I will give you that link, right? So node.js.org. This is the official website of Node.js. This is Node.js. You need to visit this official website, and here you see you will find other downloads. You see this is the current latest features. So this is the recommended for users. Actually, this is for extending if you already have, right? But we don't have initially. Later we will see the extended ones. So you install this recommended for most users, right? Because that is long-term support, LTS is actually. So you click here, other downloads. You can download for your Mac, you can download for your Ubuntu, other operating systems. So it is cross-platform, you can download. You just, suppose you belongs to Windows, you download Windows 32-bit or 60 to 64-bit. You download it. After downloading, you install it. And just next, and finish. It will be installed for you. Once it is installed, so you have to test whether it is working or not. What you have to do is you have to open command prompt. In the command prompt, you have to type node-v. So it will get the Node.js version. So node-v. That means Node.js is successfully installed. npm-v. So npm also working fine, right? Actually, npm comes with Node. So that is the reason. So you can directly install this Node.js, which will give you this package manager npm. So now, so it is ready. So we have a package manager. What is the advantage of having a package manager? Package manager is a software which allows you to download any library from online and save in your project so that you can use that in your project. So for building application. So how to install? Now through the package manager, you can install Bootstrap. How to install Bootstrap through the package manager? See, open your project. This is our project. After opening our project in Visual Studio Code, open terminal. You have terminal, new terminal. So in the terminal menu, new terminal. This is the terminal. You can open terminal by using a terminal by using control plus backtick. You can use control backtick. Actually, that is backtick. We call it as backtick. You can use control backtick to open the terminal. Control backtick, it will open the terminal. This is our project location. You can open in a separate command prompt also, but this is easy. Okay. Now you open your project location and here you have to install Bootstrap. Actually, Bootstrap first we will install. How to install? We have to run the command npm install Bootstrap. Bootstrap. We have to install npm install Bootstrap. Actually, Bootstrap several versions are there. Latest version of Bootstrap is 4.5. Companies, when you go to projects, real-time projects, even today, several projects are using Bootstrap 3 actually. They are using Bootstrap 3. Bootstrap 4.5 is the latest. Bootstrap 4.5 is latest. But companies are using 3. Some differences are there. In Bootstrap 4, several changes they made, some new things they have introduced. So better go with this 4 because this is the future. This is the more advanced than your Bootstrap 3 and have more better features than Bootstrap 3. And this is what generally in the new projects and everywhere people are using Bootstrap 4. The future version of Bootstrap is Bootstrap 5 is coming. Bootstrap 5 is coming. We are waiting for Bootstrap 5. It will take some time. It is just a trial release. It is not officially provided. So Bootstrap 5 have more abilities than Bootstrap 4 because they released a pre-release. In the pre-release, they have given an overview that you don't need JavaScript jQuery. So no more jQuery. Without jQuery, you can use Bootstrap with more effectiveness. More animation effects they have introduced. They are planning to eliminate jQuery because jQuery again requires JavaScript language. If JavaScript is not enabled on browser, it will not work properly. That is the reason they are planning for a new library without jQuery. And they are working on that. So already they have officially announced that. So, but stable release not there. Only trial releases are happening. So you can expect. So this Bootstrap 5 as the next version, but current version is 4.5. How to install? npm install. If you want to install old versions, you can write @3. It will install Bootstrap 3 version. If you simply write Bootstrap, then it will install the latest whatever available, right? So npm install Bootstrap. Okay, hit enter. Now remember, this requires internet connection. So that means you need to be connected with internet because it will connect to this Bootstrap website, download the library for you. And when I hit enter, you can see it is downloading and it is ready. Bootstrap 4.5.3. So it is installed. And interestingly, once Bootstrap is installed in your project, where it kept all the files. When Bootstrap is installed, 2 files will be created. So in your project comes with a project is added with a new folder, node modules. Node modules is the folder. You can observe in your project a new folder is created by name node modules. This is the folder. And in this folder you can see your Bootstrap files are available. Bootstrap related library is available. What Bootstrap library contains, I will tell you. We will see that. But Bootstrap is ready now. You see in that you have folder Bootstrap. In that we have dist, we have CSS, JS, ready-made CSS files are there. You see they given us the minified files. Already I told you what is minification. When we discussed about CSS, I told you that. Now they have provided JavaScript ready-made, they have provided CSS ready-made CSS files. So everything is ready. Bootstrap is ready. So this looks easy and better. So you can install. But remember, Bootstrap requires Bootstrap templates requires JavaScript and jQuery combination. So Bootstrap requires jQuery combination. That's the reason you have to install jQuery also. So you need to install three things. First, you have to install Node.js. Second, you have to install Bootstrap. So using npm. After that, you have to install jQuery using npm. Because Bootstrap uses jQuery libraries. Without jQuery original library, means jQuery core library, you cannot use Bootstrap jQuery library. So Bootstrap jQuery library requires the core jQuery library. So you have to install jQuery also. How to install jQuery? Same. Open the terminal and run the command here. npm install jQuery. Install jQuery also. And it will download jQuery for us. jQuery latest version available is 3.5. So it will download and get the jQuery version. Now you can see in your project. So you can see in your project, you have node modules. In the node modules, you will see that there are two folders now. Bootstrap library is in Bootstrap and the jQuery library is in jQuery. It will have jQuery library. So in order to use Bootstrap, you need jQuery also. So without jQuery, Bootstrap templates are incomplete. Only some CSS will work, but interactiveness will not come. To get the interactiveness, you need this Bootstrap jQuery also. So you have to download and install all these three. Actually, if you ask like without npm how I should do, without npm how you should do is actually you have to visit the official website. Suppose so the official website of Get Bootstrap. Okay. After visiting, you have to download. That means you go and download. It will download the Bootstrap zip file. You see, it is downloaded. After downloading the Bootstrap zip file, what you have to do is, so you have to extract the zip file. You have to extract the zip file. After extracting the zip file, it will give you some files and folders. You have to copy all these files and folders and come to your project. Our project is full stack project. Come to that full stack project. Here maintain a separate folder and paste them here. This is lengthy time waste process, right? That lengthy process. So better use package managers. So and officially, professionally use package managers so that they are better. One more interesting point is, so as a developer, if you want to verify what libraries currently my project is using, remember Once you install such libraries in your project, so your project will have a file called. So you can see, you can observe that actually in your project a file called package.json has been created. Package lock.json has been created. So you can observe that a new file added here, package lock.json. So that means it created package lock.json file. So when you open this file, you can see that it will show the dependencies. That means currently your project is using Bootstrap, which version is this, and it is using jQuery, its version is this. So if anyone asks what are all the libraries installed in your project, where I can get that information, you can get that from this package lock.json. You go here, it will show the information about the packages and their version. So Bootstrap is ready. Bootstrap is ready. Now you ask like how to use this Bootstrap. So for that, lot of things are there. Now suppose once Bootstrap is installed successfully, so to use Bootstrap, two files are very much required. One is Bootstrap have CSS and Bootstrap have JS library. For designing templates, you need these two. So one is Bootstrap CSS, Bootstrap JS. Better you can go with bootstrap.bundle.js. It will contain all Bootstrap JavaScript files. Because Bootstrap have a lot of JavaScript files separately, you have to add them. Instead of separately adding them, you can simply use this bundle. It will get all of them. That means one file will pick up all your Bootstrap related jQuery files. That is good. So better use this Bootstrap bundle file. And Bootstrap CSS, it is the for CSS. For JavaScript and jQuery, JS. These two files are required. And remember, for every example, we don't need both files. For few examples, you need only CSS. For few examples, you need both CSS and JS files also. But where they are present actually, they are present in node modules. In node modules, so we have Bootstrap. In Bootstrap, you will have dist. Dist is distribution. In dist, you will find CSS. In that, you will find bootstrap.css. JS files are present there. Node modules in the Bootstrap, dist JS in that. So bootstrap.bundle.js. Bootstrap bundle.js. You can use this. From these two are the locations actually. You can see in node modules, Bootstrap, dist, CSS, bootstrap.css, that is the original file. Observe carefully. This file contains a lot of ready-made classes, lot of ready-made effects, classes, properties, all approximately. So you see 10,000 lines of CSS code is here. What you have to do is you have to just use these 10,000 lines code provided by them and implement them in your project. So that is easy, fast. How it is easy, fast, I will show you. For example, one by one we will learn detailedly, but see, I am showing you how Bootstrap makes the design better, faster. I will add a new folder. I will give as Bootstrap examples. Bootstrap examples. Okay. Now here I will add a new file. So some home.html. Now in this I want to use Bootstrap CSS. then doc type HTML, HTML head title. So title and bootstrap demo. Okay. And here I'm adding the body section, and here I just put a heading, welcome to bootstrap, and here I will put some button, so some register, something like this. I just kept that one option here. Now important is currently your page looks normal. Currently your page looks normal. I want to make it effective. I want to make it effective and interactive. And see here, generally, to use Bootstrap, you have to link the Bootstrap CSS. You know how to link a CSS file. Link relation is equal to style sheet, and href is equal to, so node modules. In that Bootstrap, this CSS, so bootstrap.css. That is the Bootstrap CSS. So that is the Bootstrap CSS file available. Now, once I included it into my HTML page, observe carefully. So here, some changes happened already. Already some changes happened. You see, heading font style changed and alignments changed to complete left side. Now, if I want to give appearance, then what I can do now? If I want to give an appearance, actually, if I want to give an appearance, see here, we don't need to waste time in designing. Simply, this Bootstrap CSS contains some ready-made classes. You have to apply those classes to these elements. So then automatically it will give you effects. So that means how we learn Bootstrap. Learning Bootstrap means what? Learning Bootstrap is actually all about how you know about the classes and their functionality. That means what classes Bootstrap is providing, for which purpose, which class to use. You have to learn about classes. If you know classes, see, for heading, I am writing a class text center and text primary, or text light. So bg, suppose I defined danger like this. I am adding some ready-made classes. This is what you are going to learn. I will show you. But when I apply these classes, you can see that the appearance comes like this. The appearance comes like this. Earlier, to do that, you have to write some effects. How do we write earlier? We have to write a style, we have to write heading, we have to write background color. So we have to write background color, some red. So we have to write color as some white. We have to write text align to center. Now, instead of doing all these, you just done this. You just used these classes. Suppose I want to give an appearance for a button, then just use a class btn primary. So, and you can see it changes the appearance of the button. So that means it changes the appearance of the button. We need to just use that, and you see the button appearance changes. You can change in different ways. Suppose btn success, automatically its appearance changes. Suppose I want to change class as container, and you can see indentation changes. But only Bootstrap cannot do everything. You have to use your own effects also. So your own effects also, you need to configure some own effects also, because everything will not be according to our requirement. So, but this becomes easy, because if I ask you to design a button like this, then you will take so much time in writing all the effects. You can simply apply the classes. That's it. These are all provided by Bootstrap, So now what you have to learn in Bootstrap is how to use these classes. Means you have to know about the classes for different situations. So that means for which situation, which class. For which situation, which class. You have to just understand that. You need to just understand that. So for which situation, which class, we need to just know that. If you know for which situation, which class, then we can easily apply the effects. Initial stages, it is difficult to remember so many. So the best way to know and remember them is, best way is for button, what classes required. For text box, what classes required. For alignment, what classes are required. This way, if you remember, it will be easy. Don't remember like what are all the classes available. That is too complicated. You can never get it. That means topic wise, you have to learn the classes. That will be easy for you. That means for forms, what classes to use. Topic wise, concept wise, then you can remember them. If you have any doubt in this, using these classes and all, to get help, what you can do is go to extensions of Visual Studio. In Visual Studio extensions, we have IntelliSense for CSS class names. IntelliSense for CSS class names. You search for this plugin and you install this. What is advantage is it will give you a help about the classes. Once you start a class, it will show the complete list of all the classes from where which you can select and you can use it easily. This will be a better plugin for you. If you know this plugin, so and install this plugin, then you don't need to continuously remember actually. So you can just see and select the class names. But obviously you have to at least know the first character, second character, how to use them. You have to understand that, right? So this is Bootstrap related options. Now in this, first we need to understand how we can give the appearance. So means how to use the classes. How do we work with the Bootstrap classes? So we have to know about that. We have to understand that. Means how we can make this entire simple in designing and handling the interactions, how we can make it simple. What are the basic classes? We will see them one by one. Actually, in Bootstrap, first important you need to know about, in Bootstrap, you need to first know about the containers actually. So first thing you have to know is about containers. Bootstrap containers, you have to first know about containers. Actually, containers are used for designing our content, keep our content into one location. So, and fit the content according to device. That means mobile and all. For example, see here, actually, I designed some content here. I will just keep a normal one first. I will remove all the classes. Bootstrap, you need to attach that CSS class. Bootstrap class is attached. And observe here, now this is, now you can see your content is exactly at the border. I want to keep the content correctly placed. So according to the device and all. For that, first you need actually containers. So Bootstrap containers, we have classes like container. This container class will give you minimum 500 pixels, 540 pixels, minimum 540 pixels and maximum 1200 pixels width. So container width will be that. You can use container SM. SM is small container. It is for mobile. For mobile screens, you can use this container SM. You can use container MD. Container MD, this is for tab-like devices. And you can use like container LG. LG for laptop-like devices. You can use container XL. This is for desktop-like devices. And better, you can use container fluid. It is very good fluid. So this will be responsive. That means it will fit according to device. So better to use container fluid every time. But if you are targeting only mobile, only desktop laptops, then you can use others. So if you want responsive to change according to device, use container fluid. That means, see, currently it is like this. And for entire body, I am applying the class as container fluid, container fluid, that is the class. And you can see that a little bit with the left margin is adjusted. And actually not only that, it is going to fit the content into the device screens. You can inspect here, and you can see on mobile like devices, it will fit onto it. There is a mobile toggle device. You have mobile, on mobile, how you want the appearance. So you can see landscape, portrait, different sizes. This is a good appearance. It will fit the content according to it. Right? It will not allow to lose the contents, and on any device it will work perfectly. So that is the better way actually. So that is the reason these containers are the first things that you have to use to keep all contents in a correct way. Yeah. Once we know the containers, now we will see the other options in Bootstrap. That means now we will see how to design grids, tables, columns, and carousels like you have seen in Amazon. Right? In Amazon website, like you see how to design these search boxes, how to design these menu bars, navigation. You see, this is navigation bar. You can design such navigation bars. You can design such sliders. So you can design these type of buttons. All these we can design by using Bootstrap. We will learn step by step how to do them. That we'll see in next session, right? Tomorrow we will really start working with all the classes of Bootstrap, and we will start designing such screens now. Then you will get more effective appearance for your websites, and you can try more on this, right? So tomorrow we will continue with this. Okay.